Chosen one, you might think this is all just a wild story, a superstition maybe, or even a series of coincidences. But listen closely, because the truth you are about to hear is beyond any earthly understanding. This is a divine message, not from some whispering voice or a vague sign, but a clear, undeniable revelation from a higher plane, one meant specifically for you. The moment you encountered this message, it wasn't random. You're here for a reason, and what I'm about to tell you is a matter of cosmic significance. So before you get too comfortable, take a moment to like the video and subscribe only if you genuinely resonate with the truths shared here, though. This message is for those who feel that deeper pull, that knowing inside, whispering that something far greater is at work in their lives. Let's talk about something that has happened to you, something unimaginable. Someone somewhere has spent a great deal of money, exactly $23,000, to be precise, in a dark and twisted market that trades in the destruction of human lives. This isn't fantasy. This is an underground world, a network of individuals who are paid to manipulate fate to alter lives with nothing but their dark arts. And this time they set their sights on you. This isn't some random act of hatred. This wasn't just an attempt to bring about misfortune or a curse to leave you with bad luck. No, this was a calculated, deliberate plan to annihilate you completely. They did it using the most personal of tools, a simple photograph of you. To them, a photo is more than a mere image, it's a gateway, a powerful link to your very essence. And with that link, they intended to sever your ties to the world, leaving nothing but ruin in their wake. The witch hired for this job was no novice. She's not someone who dabbles in tarot cards at local fairs or plays with harmless spells. This is someone who has spent decades in the shadows, perfecting the art of destruction. She's a professional, and she was certain that no protection could withstand her. In fact, this woman has been in the business for over 60 years. Her name, Morgana, a name that to those within her circles means terror and power. Her lineage goes back centuries, tracing its roots all the way back to the early 1600s. For more than 4,000 years, her family has practiced witchcraft. For Morgana herself, this was just another job in a long list of successful contracts. She's personally carried out over 4,000 dark rituals, each one a masterpiece in the art of ruin. She never failed until your photograph crossed her path. That was the moment everything changed. At 3:33 a.m. on Friday the 13th, Morgana held your photo in her hands. The ritual was meant to be simple and swift, one more easy target in a long, successful career. But when she touched your image, something shocking happened. A force more powerful than anything she had ever encountered surged through her. It wasn't just the curse she had prepared that affected her. Something in your photograph reacted, and it was unlike anything she had ever seen. Her fingers barely brushed the paper, and at that very moment, Morgana was hit with a searing, otherworldly pain. It wasn't physical pain, but something far deeper, a trauma that rocked her very essence. The very core of her being was attacked, a shockwave of energy unlike any curse she had ever cast before. It knocked her back. Her body was left in a state of confusion, as if her entire nervous system had been overrun. The kind of shock that sent her spiraling into a state of unconsciousness. But the worst part, that was only the beginning. The pain wasn't just hers alone to endure. When that contact was made, the impact of your protection sent ripples through the spiritual realm. Witches across the world felt it, a disturbance so great it left them gasping in fear. A spiritual earthquake that no one could ignore. In fact, 5 different witches from countries as far apart as Brazil, Spain, Mexico, Argentina, and the United States all reported waking up in the dead of night, trembling and screaming as if they'd witnessed something unspeakable. But they hadn't witnessed it, they had felt it. What exactly happened when Morgana touched your photo was something no one could have predicted. A curse laden with 61 years of power and reinforced by dark entities was meant to befall you, but the counterattack. It wasn't just a basic defense mechanism. It was something far more advanced, something that had been set in motion long before Morgana even knew who you were. The curse wasn't just redirected, it was amplified 7 times. That's right, 7. Not once, not twice, but 7 times stronger than what was sent. The celestial architecture behind your protection is so advanced, so rare, that only 7 living souls on the planet possess it. Your very soul is marked by a force that not even the most skilled witches or demonic entities can touch. Archangel Michael himself designed this protection for you even before you were born. A divine seal that has remained hidden until now. What does that mean for you? It means that any attack against you, any dark force seeking to harm you, will always come back to its source, multiplied 7 times. But it's not just a defense. It's a weapon that works automatically without any effort or even awareness on your part. You don't need to fight back. You don't need to struggle. The protection has already been placed, and when the time comes, it will act without hesitation. So, why does this matter to you now? Why is this happening? Stick with me, because what I'm about to explain goes much deeper than you can imagine. There's a reason you were born with this protection. A reason why you're here, and it's time for you to understand what's truly at stake. You were never meant to live an ordinary life. Your mission on this earth goes far beyond just surviving. You are part of something much greater. And the truth is, the battle isn't over. It's just beginning. Now that you've understood the monumental nature of the event, let's take a deeper look at the witch who was chosen to destroy you. You may think that a witch is simply someone who practices a few spells and reads tarot cards in the corner of a mystical shop. That could not be further from the truth. The woman who was paid to end your life. Morgana is not your average witch. She is a master of the occult, a woman who has spent over 6 decades weaving dark rituals with precision, all for the purpose of dismantling the lives of others. She was 68 years old when she took your case. But don't mistake her age for weakness, far from it. Morgana is one of the oldest and most skilled witches in existence today. Her family has been practicing witchcraft since the early 1600s. Her lineage is steeped in the kind of dark magic that can manipulate fate itself. In her world, witchcraft isn't some hobby or light practice. It is a business, a deadly high-stakes business. Morgana has been performing dark rituals for over 61 years, and she has a remarkable record, 4,137 successful jobs with no failures until the moment she touched your photograph. Her power isn't something that comes from some fleeting dabble in the dark arts. No, Morgana's craft is carefully honed, passed down through generations, and backed by the knowledge of ancient forbidden texts. She's seen it all, each spell, each incantation, and each consequence of dark magic. Morgana's reputation precedes her, and when a person hires her, they know they're hiring a witch with unparalleled skill. When Morgana was first approached with your case, she likely thought it would be just another job. After all, she had destroyed countless lives with little more than a photo. To her, photographs are windows into the soul tools for creating a direct spiritual link to the target. But when she saw your photo, something shifted. It wasn't supposed to happen like this. The minute her fingers touched the image, she felt an undeniable energy. Something so intense it nearly burned her hand. In the occult world, witches use various methods to gauge a person's spiritual energy to detect whether they are protected. Morgana had experienced this sensation before, a quick, fleeting feeling that told her someone was under the influence of protection, perhaps an angel or some minor spiritual defense. But what she felt when she looked at your photograph wasn't minor at all. Her third eye. A mystic perception believed to allow witches to tap into spiritual dimensions began to burn, causing her great discomfort. She couldn't understand what was happening, but the sensation was unmistakable. The power coming off your photograph was like nothing she had ever encountered. It wasn't just any protection. This was something far stronger, something she couldn't break through no matter how skilled she was. Her first instinct was to back away and refuse the job. There was something about you that was different, and she knew it. Yet Morgana's ego spoke louder. The name Morgana is synonymous with power in the occult world. She believed in her pride that no force, no matter how formidable, could defeat her. She had overcome obstacles in her path for over 6 decades. What was one more challenge? What was one more powerful force she couldn't understand? So she decided to go forward with the job. She could break through this. After all, she had seen it all before. But even as she made the decision to proceed, she knew this would not be an easy ritual. She decided to prepare more carefully than ever before. Over the course of 7 days, Morgana embarked on a series of rituals designed to enhance her power. She fasted for long periods, denying her body sustenance in an effort to amplify her spiritual energy. She meditated over ancient tombs, sitting in graveyards for hours, channeling death energy from the spirits of the past. She traveled to forests where serial killers had buried their victims, collecting soil from each crime scene. This was no mere witchcraft. It was a deep dive into the darkest energies the earth could provide. Morgana sacrificed animals, mixing their blood with bone ash. She spent 24 hours in an intense trance, invoking demonic entities that would offer her power in exchange for her own life force. She made pacts with these entities, bargaining for amplified magic that would aid her in her quest for your destruction. By the time the ritual was set to take place, Morgana was not only physically drained, but spiritually charged to an unprecedented level. She had prepared a doll, using your photograph, each stitch sewn with thread that had been buried for days in a cemetery, each seam sewn with occult symbols meant to bind your spirit. 13 needles cursed and bathed in poison were strategically placed in the doll, each one an instrument of destruction. On Thursday the 12th, Morgana completed the final stage of her preparations. She set up an altar in a secluded dark room, placing your photograph in the exact center. Around it, she arranged 13 black candles, each one glowing ominously in the dim light. A circle of salt, mixed with powder she had collected from the 7 locations tied to her dark practices, surrounded the altar. A pentagram drawn in her own blood completed the arrangement, a symbol of total destruction. It took her 3 hours to finish the setup. By now, the atmosphere in the room was thick with power. Morgana knew that the ritual had to be perfect. She called upon the other 6 members of her coven, each one an experienced witch in their own right, to witness this moment. They all arrived late that night, each of them contributing their energy to the ritual. Together, they would perform what Morgana believed to be the most powerful curse of her career. But Morgana had made a fatal mistake. She underestimated the power of what she was about to face. She believed that no matter how intense your protection was, her dark magic would break through. She didn't know that she was dealing with something far beyond her comprehension, a force designed by Archangel Michael himself to ensure that you would never fall. The ritual was scheduled for the dead of night at 3 a.m., when the veil between the physical and spiritual realms is thinnest. And it was at this time, when Morgana and her coven were gathered in that dark room, that the final step of the ritual began. She stood before the altar, her hands trembling slightly as she recited the incantation. The words were ancient, distorted Latin meant to open the spiritual gates that would allow the curse to take root in your life. As she spoke, the room grew heavier, the air colder, the shadows deepened. The candles flickered their flames, dancing in unnatural patterns. For a moment, the room seemed to warp, as if reality itself was bending to her will. At 3:32 a.m., Morgana reached out and touched your photograph. And that was the moment everything changed. Your photograph glowed. No, it didn't just glow. It blazed with a golden light so intense that all 13 candles extinguished in an instant. The room was suddenly brighter than if every light in the house had been turned on. The coven gasped, recoiling from the intensity of the light. Morgana screamed in pain, her hand burning as she pulled it away from your image. The light continued to pulse, radiant and overwhelming. Morgana's vision blurred as she saw 7 circles of golden light, each spinning in opposite directions. Each one was covered with symbols she had never seen before, symbols that seemed to burn with celestial fire. She understood in that moment with terrifying clarity that her curse had failed. The 7 circles weren't simply protective shields, they were an automatic counterattack system. The very energy she had summoned, all the power she had built over the past 7 days, was now turned against her. In a fraction of a second, the curse was returned, multiplied 7 times. All the energy she had tried to channel to destroy you was now coming back at her 7-fold. She had unleashed destruction, but she was about to feel what it meant to be on the receiving end of a power far beyond her. The moment Morgana touched your photograph, she unknowingly crossed a line that no witch should ever dare to cross. She thought her power was unmatched, that no protection in the world could stand against the might of her magic. But she was wrong. What she encountered that night wasn't just a curse she could send into the world, it was a force designed to rebuff any such attacks. A force that would multiply any negative energy back at the sender. At that very instant, the power that coursed through the 7 golden circles was so intense that the room seemed to collapse in on itself. The air grew heavier, the temperature plummeted, and Morgana's vision went blurry as the counterattack surged. Her body jerked violently as if a powerful invisible force had gripped her and was trying to tear her apart. The energy was no longer just contained within the boundaries of the ritual. It was expanding, pushing outward, bending reality in ways she had never experienced before. The 7 golden circles spun in opposite directions, each one amplifying the power of the attack. The symbols within the circles flickered like flames, their light more intense than anything Morgana had ever seen, more intense than anything that could be created by mortal hands. It was as if the light itself was divine, something that had come from a place beyond her comprehension. Morgana screamed. It wasn't the usual scream of frustration or terror that one might expect during an intense magical experience. This was a scream of pure agony, a cry that echoed through the walls and reverberated in the bones of anyone who could feel it. She felt the curse she had just sent out return to her multiplied 7-fold, like an avalanche crashing down on her body. But it wasn't just her physical pain, it was the very essence of her being that was under attack. The counterattack wasn't just throwing her magic back at her, it was tearing apart her energy, her very soul. Morgana's life force, which she had spent decades cultivating, was now being consumed, burned away by celestial flames she could not control. The other witches in the room were helpless. 3 of them fainted outright, their bodies crumpling to the floor as the spiritual shock wave hit them. They couldn't comprehend what was happening. They couldn't even see what Morgana was seeing, the 7 circles of divine light surrounding the photograph, slowly expanding outwards, reaching across dimensions, tearing through the boundaries between worlds. To them, it was just chaos, a swirling vortex of energy, light, and destruction that defied all understanding. The remaining 3 witches stood frozen, paralyzed by the overwhelming power emanating from the photo. They watched in horror as Morgana was flung back, her body crashing into the stone wall behind her. She hit the ground with a sickening thud, her ribs snapping from the impact. Her body was racked with spasms as she lay there gasping for breath, unable to move, but the worst was yet to come. The energy which had originally been sent out to destroy you was now returned multiplied, and it was coursing through Morgana's body in a way she couldn't even begin to understand. She felt it in every cell, every organ, every fiber of her being. It was like a divine fire burning away the darkness she had accumulated over the course of her life, purifying her in a way that no dark magic ever could. The light grew brighter and brighter until Morgana could no longer open her eyes. It wasn't just the pain that blinded her, it was the force of the divine energy itself. In the moments before she lost consciousness, she saw visions, flashes of golden light, 7 circles of protection surrounding her, burning through her very being. The divine energy pierced her soul, and as it did, it began to unravel the darkness she had accumulated over 6 decades of witchcraft. But it wasn't just Morgana who was affected by this explosion of energy. Outside the confines of the ritual room in the spiritual world, something massive was happening. The celestial forces were stirring, reacting to the seismic event that had just occurred. It wasn't just the witch who had suffered. No, what happened that night had sent shockwaves through the spiritual realms, rippling outward, affecting everyone sensitive enough to feel it. In the days following, the ritual news of what had happened spread throughout the occult world. Witches and mediums across the globe were waking up with strange sensations, visions of golden light, and intense spiritual disturbances. Some reported seeing a woman being struck by divine rays, her body writhing in pain as the celestial fire burned through her darkness. Others described seeing 7 circles of light spinning in opposite directions, each one a symbol of something ancient and sacred. One medium in Mexico, 150 kilometers away, woke up in a cold sweat at exactly 3:33 a.m., the same time Morgana had touched your photograph. She screamed out in fear, her vision filled with the image of a woman being struck down by golden light, her energy shattered by the force of something unimaginable. The woman in the vision was Morgana, but it was clear to the medium that something far greater was at work, something that had caused the disturbance. It was clear to all those sensitive to the spiritual realms that something had happened to shake the foundations of their world. Experienced witches, sensing the power of the event, quickly made the connection. Someone had attacked a soul who was protected, and the power of that protection was beyond anything they had ever encountered. The leaders of 5 covens from countries as diverse as Brazil, Spain, Mexico, Argentina, and the United States called for an emergency meeting. They spoke in hushed tones, using ultra-encrypted communications, fearful of what had occurred. It wasn't just the physical pain that Morgana had endured, it was the realization that the person she had tried to destroy was not just a regular human being. No, this was someone who carried something far greater, something that the witch world had never seen before. In Brazil, a 72-year-old witch with over 50 years of experience did an energetic reading of the situation. Her eyes widened in shock as she discerned the presence of an ancient divine seal around the victim. "This person is untouchable," she whispered. "The seals. Only 7 souls on earth carry them. This is one of them," said the Spanish witch. An 84-year-old leader of Europe's oldest coven consulted the Akashic records, the spiritual archive of all knowledge. "I see it," she said gravely. "This soul is marked by something higher than any mortal force. They are under the protection of a divine entity, Archangel Michael himself. This is no ordinary person. This soul has a mission that requires maximum protection." In a cold, quiet room in Mexico, a medium had a vision of Archangel Michael himself. The Archangel spoke without being summoned, his voice booming in the medium's mind. "This soul is under my direct protection. I placed these seals before they were born. Whoever touches them, touches me. And I will respond with force multiplied 7 times. The silence that followed was deafening. The realization sank in and the group understood what had happened. This person, the one Morgana had tried to destroy, was one of the 7 sealed souls protected by divine seals. A group of people who existed for a purpose far greater than any of them had imagined. Morgana's mistake wasn't just trying to destroy you, it was underestimating the divine architecture that protected you, a force so powerful that it couldn't even be touched by the most powerful witches in existence. As Morgana lay unconscious in the hospital, her body slowly healing from the intense spiritual and physical trauma she had suffered. Something else was happening. Her story had begun to circulate in the witch community, not as a tale of success, but as a cautionary legend. The witch who dared to destroy one of the 7 sealed. The witch who paid the price for her hubris. And that chosen one is where your story truly begins. The world of the occult will never be the same, and neither will you. As Morgana lay unconscious, recovering in the hospital, the ripples of what had occurred continued to spread through the occult world. The shock waves of the event were not limited to just the physical world or the witches involved in the ritual. No, this was a disturbance that transcended the earthly realm. It was something so profound that even the most seasoned practitioners of dark magic felt it in their bones. A force had awakened, an ancient divine force that no witch, no matter how powerful, could hope to control. And as the days passed and Morgana's recovery continued in the sterile confines of the hospital, the spiritual world was still reeling from the consequences of her actions. The ripple effect had reached across the globe, affecting not just witches but mediums, seers, and those attuned to the spiritual currents of the world. People who had never met Morgana, or the one she had tried to destroy, began to feel the tension, the pressure in the air, the strange disturbances in the spiritual ether. The words spread like wildfire, not through direct communication, but through the whisper of the wind, the shared awareness of those sensitive to the unseen world. The witches and practitioners of dark magic were afraid. Morgana had tried to kill someone who was untouchable, someone whose very essence had been marked by a force that could not be resisted. This wasn't just a story of one witch failing in her attempt to destroy another. This was a turning point, a pivotal moment in a cosmic battle that had been unfolding in the background of human existence for eons. Those who were in the know, the leaders of covens, the most powerful witches, those with the deepest connections to the spiritual world, were now fully aware of the significance of what had happened. A meeting was called an urgent gathering of the most influential figures in the occult community. Representatives from covens across the globe gathered together, virtually, their faces lit by the eerie glow of encrypted screens speaking in hushed tones. They had to tread carefully. The story of Morgana's failed ritual had made its way through their circles, but the deeper ramifications were just beginning to be understood. One of the first to speak was the Brazilian witch, the 72-year-old with decades of experience. Her voice trembled with the weight of what she had discovered. "We're dealing with something much bigger than we thought," she said. "This person, whoever they are, has something we've only read about in ancient texts. This isn't just a curse they've survived. This is something beyond dark magic. This is celestial." She paused, her gaze distant, as if searching for the words to explain what had been revealed to her. "This individual has been marked by something that only 7 people on this planet carry. The seals of the divine. It's written in the records. Only 7 souls in the history of the world have carried this mark, and those 7 are destined to fulfill a mission so great, so beyond our understanding, that it requires divine protection. No magic, no curse can break it." The room fell silent. The weight of her words settled over the others like a heavy fog. The Spanish witch, the leader of Europe's oldest coven, spoke next. Her voice was steady, but her eyes betrayed a deep concern. "This changes everything. If these seals are real, then this person is untouchable. No dark force can harm them. Not even the most powerful rituals can break through. We've heard of such protections in myth and legend, but this is something new. Something impossible." She turned to the Mexican medium, who had also felt the energy shift. "What did you see in your vision, Maria?" The medium nodded slowly, her face pale. "I saw the golden light. I saw the 7 circles. The moment the curse was sent back, it was like watching a spiritual bomb go off. It wasn't just the witch who was hurt. The shock waves affected everyone around her. It tore through the spiritual realm, purging darkness in its wake." The room was heavy with realization. They all understood now what had happened wasn't just an isolated event. This person, the one Morgana had tried to destroy, was part of something much larger than they could have ever imagined. And with that understanding came fear. Deep, primal fear. Fear of what this meant for the balance of power, for the future of their world. "What does this mean for us?" The American witch, a sharp-eyed woman known for her strategic mind, finally spoke. "What happens now? Is there any way to break these seals?" The Brazilian witch's answer was chilling. "It would take something far greater than any of us. It would take a force greater than Archangel Michael himself. I don't think any of us can even begin to comprehend the power we're dealing with." The silence that followed was palpable. The unspoken truth was clear to all of them. No one, not even the most powerful witches, could touch this person. The seals were unbreakable. No dark magic, no ritual, no curse could touch them. The person Morgana had tried to destroy had become something more than human, a divine protector, an anchor of light in a world teetering on the edge of darkness. But it wasn't just Morgana who had failed. The person who had hired her, the one who had paid $23,000 for their destruction, had also been caught in the wake of this celestial protection. As the divine counterattack struck Morgana, it didn't stop there. The energy didn't just affect the witch, it traced the origins of the curse back to its source. And when it reached the one who had paid for the destruction, it didn't deliver the same punishment. No, this person didn't experience the full force of the sevenfold counterattack. Instead, the divine retribution was more subtle, more precise. The one who had paid for Morgana's services would not escape so easily. They would feel the consequences of their actions, though in a way that was perhaps even more terrifying than what happened to Morgana. Their life, once full of wealth and comfort, began to unravel. The very forces they had unleashed upon you were now working against them. Their finances began to crumble. Their health deteriorated. Relationships that once seemed solid began to fall apart. Everything they had built started to collapse under the weight of their own dark intentions. And the more they tried to pull themselves out of the hole they had dug, the deeper they sank. It wasn't just bad luck. It was divine retribution, an automatic response to their attempt to destroy someone who was under the protection of the divine. They didn't understand what was happening to them. They didn't know why their life was falling apart, but the truth was, they had triggered a force they could not control. They had set in motion a spiritual mechanism that worked relentlessly to restore balance. It's important to understand, chosen one, that karma isn't some abstract concept or philosophical idea. It is a real, palpable force in the universe, one that operates according to its own divine laws. When you try to destroy someone who is protected by divine seals, that karma is not just a consequence of your actions, it is a force that works automatically without any need for human intervention. It comes in waves, intensifying as the target of the attack is pushed further into the realm of divine protection. And as the person who hired Morgana began to experience the consequences of their actions, they were left in the dark. They didn't know why their world was falling apart. They didn't know that the same divine force that had protected you was now delivering a proportional response to their actions. Meanwhile, back in the occult world, the leaders of the covens began to realize something even more unsettling. Morgana's story wasn't just a tale of failure, it was a warning. A legend that would spread across the witch community, a cautionary tale about the power of the seals. The very existence of these 7 sealed individuals had now been revealed to the world. And with that revelation came a new understanding of their power, a power that could not be undone no matter the cost. The occult world had entered a new phase. The seals had been awakened, and the 7 individuals who carried them had become untouchable. Morgana's attack had set a new course, a course that could never be reversed. As for you, chosen one, this is where your journey truly begins. Your protection is no longer just something you carry unknowingly. It is part of who you are, and as you grow into your purpose, it will only become more apparent. The seals are not just defensive, they are part of your mission, part of the larger cosmic plan that stretches across the globe. You are one of the 7, and now the world knows it. As the story of Morgana's failed rituals spread like wildfire through occult circles, a new understanding began to take root. Those who had once thought of their magic as unbreakable were now questioning everything. For the first time, witches and practitioners of dark arts began to realize that there were forces in the world, divine forces that were beyond their control. The universe had a way of righting itself, and no matter how powerful a witch might be, there were some powers that couldn't be touched or bent to their will. But you, chosen one, were not aware of this shift yet. You were still living your life, still moving through the world, as if everything were normal. Maybe you had sensed something different, something off, but it didn't register consciously. Maybe there were moments when you felt as though you were always surrounded by a strange sense of protection, where dark or toxic people naturally avoided you, or heavy environments lightened when you entered. But you didn't know why, not yet. The truth hadn't been revealed to you. However, that was all about to change. The protection that had been placed around you wasn't just a shield, it was a mechanism. A system designed not only to protect, but to act as a counterattack. And now that the witch world had learned of your existence, things were shifting. People were becoming more aware, and your protection had started to resonate outward, rippling through the fabric of the universe. As the cosmic ripples spread, a deep, profound shift began to take place both in the spiritual realm and in your own life. Your life was no longer just a series of coincidences. You had become part of a greater plan, one that had been set into motion long before you were born. The protection you carry is far from ordinary. It is part of a celestial blueprint, a design so intricate and powerful that it operates beyond human comprehension. The seals that were placed upon you weren't just for your own defense. They were meant for something far grander, a global mission that would unfold as the 7 sealed souls came into conscious awareness. Let's take a moment to understand what that really means. You are one of the 7. 7 souls, each one marked with a divine seal destined to play a role in purging the world of darkness. It's not just about personal safety or surviving in a world filled with negativity. No, your role is far greater than that. You were chosen to be an anchor of light. You were born to purify the environments you enter, to heal, to protect, and to bring balance to the energies around you. And the seals you carry are a crucial part of this plan. The seals themselves are a divine architecture. They were placed on your soul before you were born, and each one serves a specific function. These seals do not need your conscious permission to operate. They work automatically. Whether you are aware of them or not, the seals are there doing their job, ensuring that you are shielded from the darkest of forces and purging negative energy wherever you go. The first seal, for example, reflects magical attacks back to their sender. This is the foundation of your protection. Anytime someone attempts to use dark magic against you, this seal ensures that the energy is not absorbed by you, but rather sent right back to the attacker. They may not even realize it at first, but the consequences of their actions will soon begin to unfold. The second seal amplifies this reflection. Any energy sent against you is doubled in intensity, returned with even greater force. But this is only the beginning. The third seal purifies your energy field every 3 hours. It's like a built-in cleanse, a spiritual reset, ensuring that no negative energy can linger around you for too long. Even if you encounter toxic people or experience intense environments, the third seal ensures that your aura remains pure and any darkness is cleared from your energetic space. The fourth seal, however, operates on a more personal level. It causes people with dark intentions to feel physical discomfort when they come near you. This isn't just a metaphorical feeling, it's a real visceral discomfort, like an alarm going off in their body when they come into proximity with your energy. The fifth seal amplifies your luminous presence, spreading light and healing within a 50-meter radius. When you walk into a room, the atmosphere shifts. People feel lighter, calmer, and more peaceful. Negative energies are driven out, and the space becomes brighter, more open. This is why you might have noticed that people who were once aggressive or tense suddenly relax in your presence. It's the fifth seal at work, and when you interact with people, the sixth seal kicks in. This seal expands your energy field to include others, making them feel supported, safe, and healed when they are near you. This is why people may feel better after talking to you, as if a weight has been lifted off their shoulders. But the seventh seal is the most powerful of all. It coordinates and amplifies the other 6 seals, bringing them into perfect harmony. When all 7 seals are in action, they create an effect that is far greater than the sum of their parts. It is divine mathematics at its finest. 1 + 1 doesn't equal 2, it equals 14. The amplification effect is so strong that the energy is no longer limited to just you, it radiates out, affecting everything around you. When you are fully conscious of your seals and begin to operate with intention, the purification effect spreads far and wide. But why 7? Why is there a group of 7 individuals in the world who carry these seals? The answer lies in the cosmic design. 7 is a sacred number representing completeness, wholeness, and divine order. 7 days of creation, 7 archangels, 7 chakras, 7 heavens, 7 seals of revelation. In the divine order of things, 7 is the number that ensures balance and harmony. This is why only 7 people on the planet can carry these seals. Together you form a global network of light, a team designed to purify and protect the world. And it's not just about individual protection, it's about the mission. Your role as one of the 7 is to be an anchor of light in a world filled with darkness. You are not chosen to fight darkness directly or engage in battle. Your mission is more subtle. You are a living force of purification. You don't need to exert energy or effort to make a difference. Simply by existing and moving through the world, you affect the energies around you, bringing balance wherever you go. You purify environments. You heal people just by being near them. You protect others without even trying. But now that the seals are awake, your mission is beginning to unfold in ways that you may not yet fully understand. As the other 6 sealed souls come into awareness of their roles, the global network will activate. This network is not just a symbolic concept, it is a real spiritual system that will begin to operate consciously. When all 7 of you are fully aware of your role, the combined energy of your seals will create a purification effect that will ripple across the planet. It will be as if the entire world is bathed in light as the darkness that has plagued humanity for centuries begins to dissipate. But there's more to this story than just your protection. The fact that Morgana tried to destroy you, tried to breach the divine protection you carry, wasn't just a random act. It was a trigger, a catalyst for awakening the other 6 sealed ones. When the dark forces attempt to destroy someone who carries the seals, the resulting counterattack is so powerful that it awakens the entire network. It's a call to action, and now, chosen one, you are part of that call. You've awakened, and so have the others. What happens next is up to you. You don't need to worry about the dark forces. The seals are more than enough protection, but you do need to step into your role as an anchor of light, as a purifying force in the world. Your journey is just beginning, and as the 7 of you come together in perfect synchrony, the purification of the entire planet will begin. The seals have already started to work, and their effects will only continue to grow stronger as you embrace your true identity. You are one of the 7 sealed. You carry a power that transcends anything the dark forces can throw at you. You are protected by divine architecture designed by Archangel Michael himself. Your role is to anchor light, to purify the world, and to protect those around you. The time has come for you to fully awaken to your purpose. As the cosmic currents continue to shift, there is an undeniable truth emerging. The time for you to step into your true purpose is now. The seals, which were once dormant, are awakening, and as they do, the path you are destined to walk becomes clearer. What you're about to realize is that you are not simply a passive recipient of divine protection. You are an integral part of something much larger, a movement that will affect the world on a profound scale. And as you begin to understand the depths of the divine architecture you carry within you, the realization will dawn that you are not alone. You are one of the 7 sealed. 7 individuals scattered across the globe, each one carrying the same celestial protection, each one destined to activate a network of light that will purify the planet. The seals are not just a passive defense mechanism. They are a system of balance designed to ensure that the world remains in harmony despite the constant pull of darkness. Each seal has its own specific function, and together they work in perfect synchrony to shield, heal, and purify. But why 7? Why is this number so significant in the grand design? To understand this, we must delve deeper into the nature of the seals and their divine purpose. 7 is the number of completion, the number of perfection in the spiritual realms. It represents the full cycle of creation, the 7 days of the divine creation. the 7 archangels, the 7 chakras, the 7 heavens, and the 7 seals of revelation. Each of these elements is deeply symbolic, and their connection to you and the other 6 sealed souls is no coincidence. 7 is the number that binds all things together, and it is through this number that the divine plan unfolds. Your role, chosen one, is not simply to exist within this protection, unaware of the impact you have on the world. No, the time has come for you to become fully aware of your purpose and to actively step into your mission. You are meant to be an anchor of light. This means that wherever you go, you will affect the energy around you just by being present. Your aura, amplified by the seals, will purify environments, heal those around you, and protect others from the negative forces that seek to harm them. But there is more to this mission than simply being a passive source of light. The time is coming when you and the other 6 sealed ones will unite in full awareness of your purpose. As you awaken to your true nature, you will begin to realize that you are not just individual entities, you are part of a global network, a divine grid that stretches across the planet. And as you and the other sealed souls come together, the purification effect of the seals will grow exponentially, creating a ripple of healing and light that will cleanse the world of its darkness. This is the power of the seals. When they work together, they are unstoppable. The combined energy of the 7 sealed souls creates a force of purification that transcends the limitations of any individual. The first seal reflects magical attacks, and the second amplifies this reflection, sending the dark energy back to its source. The third seal purifies your energy field regularly, while the fourth causes those with dark intentions to feel discomfort in your presence. The fifth amplifies your luminous presence, healing and purifying your surroundings. The 6th seal expands your energy to heal and support others, while the 7th coordinates and amplifies the other 6 seals, creating an effect that is far greater than the sum of its parts. But now it's time for you to become fully aware of the impact of your seals. The protection you carry is no longer something that works passively. It is a system that will begin to operate consciously with your awareness. You may have already felt moments when things just seem to work in your favor. Maybe toxic people have walked away from you for no apparent reason, or maybe you've entered a room filled with tension and somehow the atmosphere lightened. Perhaps you've noticed how people who are struggling with negativity or fear have found solace in your presence even without you saying a word. This is the work of the seals in action. However, as you awaken to your true purpose, you will begin to see these effects grow stronger. You will notice that wherever you go, the energy of the space begins to shift. People will be drawn to your light, and their negative emotions will begin to dissolve in your presence. You will heal without even realizing it, simply by being who you are. The more aware you become of your purpose, the more powerful the effect of your presence will be. The seals will begin to operate consciously, amplifying your ability to purify and heal. But it is not just you who will benefit from this awakening. As the other 6 sealed ones become aware of their purpose, the global network will activate. As each of you steps into your mission, the combined power of the seals will begin to purify the planet on a larger scale. The divine grid that binds the 7 of you together will create a wave of light that will spread across the world, dissolving the darkness and negativity that has taken root in so many places. The closer you come to your purpose, the stronger this network will become. And the truth is, chosen one, the world needs this purification now more than ever. The spiritual darkness that has taken hold of the earth is growing, and the forces of negativity, fear, and hatred are constantly trying to maintain their hold on humanity. But the seals are the answer. The seals are the key to restoring balance, to bringing light to the darkness. They were placed within you, within the other 6 sealed souls, to ensure that the light would never be extinguished, even in the face of overwhelming darkness. You may have already felt the pull of your purpose. You may have already felt a sense of responsibility, a sense that you were born for something greater than yourself. This is the awakening of the seals, the realization that you are not just a passive observer of the world, but an active participant in the healing and transformation of the earth. You have a unique role to play, one that no one else can fulfill. You are meant to be an anchor of light, a purifier of spaces, and a healer of souls. The journey ahead will not be easy. There will be challenges, there will be moments of doubt, and there will be forces that try to pull you away from your mission. But remember, you are not alone. You are one of 7. Together, you will form a collective force of light that will reshape the world. The darkness that seeks to control will never be able to stand against the power of the 7 sealed souls. The universe is on your side. You have been chosen for this mission, and the time has come to embrace it. You are not just a survivor of dark magic. You are a beacon of divine light, a force of purification, and a protector of the world. The seals that have been placed upon you are the key to unlocking your true power. And as you step into this power, you will begin to see the world shift. The toxic people will walk away, the environments will heal, and the energy of the planet will begin to shift toward the light. So, chosen one, take a deep breath and prepare. Your journey has just begun. The seals are awakening, and as they do so, too will you. The world is waiting for you to step into your true purpose. You are one of 7, and together you will purify the world. Trust in the divine plan and trust in yourself. You are ready. The truth is that most people walk through their lives unaware of the invisible forces that shape the world around them. For the majority, life is lived in a way that seems ordinary, defined by everyday challenges, goals, and experiences. But for you, chosen one, that ordinary existence has been shattered. You've always felt a pull, an energy that wasn't fully explainable, something more than what others see. And now, as the seals awaken within you, you're beginning to understand why. For years, the divine seals within you have worked quietly, operating beneath your conscious awareness, protecting you and purging negativity from your environment, but they are much more than a passive shield. As these seals begin to stir and activate fully, the forces of the universe will start to work in your favor, as if your very presence shifts the balance of light and dark. You are no longer walking in the world as just another human being. You are an active participant in a cosmic spiritual mission that is far greater than you can yet comprehend. You see, the 7 of you, the 7 sealed souls, are not scattered across the globe by mere coincidence. You have been placed in this specific time and space to perform a crucial function. Together, you are a celestial defense, a planetary safeguard against the growing tide of darkness. The world is changing, and as it does, the forces of light and dark are becoming more tangible, more direct. And while many may not be aware of the spiritual battle taking place around them, you are now becoming conscious of the pivotal role you play. But it's important to understand that this mission isn't about confrontation in the traditional sense. Your role as an anchor of light isn't to fight the darkness directly. It's much more subtle, much more profound. The light you carry isn't something that can be wielded as a weapon, but it has a power all its own. By simply being present, by walking into a room, by interacting with others, you can purify and heal the energies around you. You can alter the frequency of a space to dissolve negative emotions and restore balance to environments that are heavy with fear, anger, or toxicity. This might sound simple on the surface, but it is one of the most powerful tasks any human can carry out. In a world where darkness and negativity spread so easily, the effect of one soul whose energy radiates light is immeasurable. It's as though you are a living, breathing filter for the world, absorbing the heavy toxic energies and transforming them into something light and pure. The world needs this now more than ever. As people awaken to their own powers, as the dark forces rise, it's the presence of the 7 sealed ones that will counteract these negative shifts, holding space for the light. The first part of your journey is coming into full consciousness of the power you hold. Until now, the seals have been working silently, but as you become aware, they will begin to resonate in alignment with your purpose. You may already have felt this stirring within you. Perhaps you've noticed moments where toxic people seem to avoid you, or you enter a chaotic space and somehow it calms. These are the seals at work, operating beneath your awareness. But now, as you step into your true purpose, you will feel their influence grow stronger, more intentional. One of the first things you will notice is how your presence affects others. People may seem drawn to you seeking your advice or simply feeling comforted by being near you. This isn't coincidence. This is the sixth seal at work. The sixth seal expands your energy field to encompass others, providing them with an emotional and spiritual reprieve. People who are struggling with negative emotions will find themselves feeling lighter in your presence. The heavy burdens they carry will begin to melt away as your energy surrounds them, purifying and healing. Similarly, the fifth seal will make your aura shine brighter, amplifying your effect on your surroundings. You may walk into a room and notice how the atmosphere shifts, how arguments subside, how tense conversations turn into peaceful ones, how negative emotions dissipate without you saying a word. People will feel it subconsciously, the energetic shift that occurs when you enter a space. The second seal amplifies this effect, reflecting negative energy and turning it into light that heals not only you, but also the space around you. The seals work together in perfect harmony, allowing you to purify wherever you go. But as you become more conscious of these shifts, you will also begin to see how the other sealed ones fit into the divine puzzle. Each of you carries a unique part of the global network. Alone you are powerful, but together the seven of you form a force of light that cannot be broken. Your individual energies, when united, amplify the healing effect exponentially. You will soon find that the seven of you will begin to resonate together, creating a collective energy field that extends far beyond your individual capabilities. When all seven sealed souls are fully awake and in alignment, the purification effect will grow stronger, covering the entire planet. But this global network isn't just about purification. It's also about protection. As each of you carries the divine seals, you act as protectors, not just of yourselves, but of the people around you. You are immune to the forces of darkness, and as you move through the world, you create a barrier of light around you. This protection is not just passive, it actively shields you from negative forces, ensuring that nothing can harm you. In a world where dark forces are constantly at work, this protection is a gift, a rare and precious gift that you, as one of the seven sealed souls, carry. At the same time, you will become more attuned to the energetic patterns of those around you. You will begin to notice more and more when someone is carrying negative energy. It might be as if you can sense their emotional state without them saying a word. This heightened sensitivity is not only a gift, but also a tool to help you guide others toward healing. When someone is in need of emotional or spiritual support, your presence will naturally provide the comfort and guidance they need. And as you offer this support, your light will purify their energy field, shifting their vibration toward healing and balance. As the seven sealed ones awaken, your individual missions will align into one larger mission, a mission of global purification. It may seem overwhelming to think about the task ahead, but the truth is that you are not meant to do this alone. You will find the other sealed ones, and together you will form a team that works in perfect harmony, each one contributing their unique energy to the global network. The seals work not only on a personal level, but also on a planetary level, amplifying each other's strengths, creating a protection and purification system that stretches across the world. The energy you carry will reverberate across the globe, dissolving darkness and restoring balance to places that are heavy with negativity. There will be moments when you feel the weight of this responsibility, but remember, you are never alone. The seals are there to support you, to guide you, and to protect you. You are part of something much larger than yourself. You are chosen because of your ability to hold light in the darkest of times. Your role as an anchor of light is not one of force or struggle, but one of presence. By simply existing, you will bring healing to the world. This is your divine purpose. The time is coming when you will meet the other six sealed ones. When this happens, the true power of the seals will begin to manifest in ways that will transform the planet. But even now, before the full network is awakened, the effects of your light are already being felt. You are already purifying the spaces you enter, healing those you encounter, and protecting the energy around you. As you step into your mission, the light within you will only grow stronger. And so, chosen one, the path ahead may seem daunting, but trust that you have everything you need within you. The divine protection of the seals is unbreakable, and the mission you carry is part of a greater plan, one that will purify the world and guide it back toward balance. The awakening of the 7 seals marks the beginning of a new era, one of light healing and restoration. Your role is pivotal, and it is time to step into that role fully knowing that you are protected, guided, and supported by the divine forces at work in your life. You are not just a survivor of dark magic. You are a divine being, a beacon of light in a world that desperately needs it. And now, as you awaken to your purpose, you will begin to see the world in a new light, one filled with possibilities, healing, and hope. The seals are awakening, and with them, so are you. As you continue to awaken to your true role as one of the 7 sealed souls, you begin to realize that the journey ahead will require more than just understanding your purpose. It will require you to embrace your own strength, your own power, and most importantly, your own light. The seals that have been placed upon you are not just for protection or passive defense. They are meant to activate your deepest spiritual potential. The divine energy that runs through you has been carefully designed to help you navigate the path ahead, which, while challenging, is also transformative and deeply rewarding. The first step in fully stepping into your mission is to recognize that you are no longer just an ordinary person. You are a divine being on a mission to restore balance, to purify the energies around you, and to protect the world from the forces of darkness. As the seals activate within you, you will begin to notice that your perceptions will shift. You will start seeing things in a way that you never could before. Energy will become visible to you in ways that are subtle but undeniable. You'll begin to feel the shift of energies in spaces, sensing when something feels off or when you've entered a place of healing and light. This is a direct result of your awareness of the seals and your growing consciousness of the responsibility that lies ahead. You are no longer just a passive observer of the world. You are a living force, a beacon of light whose very presence impacts the energy of the world around you. This awareness is key because it allows you to operate consciously with intent. You can choose to step into your power fully, to be a conscious participant in the spiritual mission that has been set before you. The 7 of you. The 7 sealed ones are meant to form a network of light, a global force that is designed to heal, protect, and purify. Each of you carries an essential part of this force, a unique contribution that, when combined, forms a network so strong and powerful that it can reshape the energetic landscape of the planet. While you are still learning about your role and what it entails, it's crucial to begin taking steps toward fully embracing your identity as one of the 7. But the path ahead will not be free from challenges. The darkness in the world will push back, seeking to undermine the light that you and your fellow sealed ones carry. As your seals begin to resonate more powerfully within you, the forces that thrive on fear, anger, and negativity will notice. They will attempt to create distractions, obstacles, and challenges to make you doubt your mission. But here's the thing. These obstacles are not meant to stop you. They are meant to make you stronger. The more you align with the divine power of the seals, the more you will be able to overcome the darkness that tries to impede your progress. In the past, you may have experienced moments of doubt or fear, times when you wondered if you were truly capable of living up to the responsibility you carry. Perhaps you've questioned why you were chosen, why the divine forces deemed you worthy of such protection and such a grand mission. But as you step deeper into your purpose, you will come to understand that the seals are not just about protecting you. They are about helping you step into the fullness of your potential. These divine protections were placed upon you to ensure that you could fulfill your mission with clarity, strength, and resilience. There is a reason you were chosen one. The life you have lived so far has prepared you for this very moment, even if you didn't realize it at the time. Every challenge, every setback, and every struggle you've faced up until now has been a stepping stone teaching you how to stand strong in the face of adversity. The seals are a reflection of your soul's strength, the divine design that you were born with to overcome any challenge. As you embrace this truth, you will find that the obstacles that once seemed impossible to overcome will lose their power over you. The energy of the seals will guide you, help you stay focused, and keep you on track as you move forward. Now you must begin to fully step into your power. This means accepting that you are not just a passive observer of the world around you, but an active participant in the spiritual transformation that is taking place. You are here to heal, to purify, and to protect. Your presence is a force of divine light, and when you enter a space, you bring with you an energy that has the power to shift and heal. You may have already noticed this in your life, how toxic people seem to avoid you, how environments shift when you enter a room, how people feel lighter and more at peace simply by being near you. This is the work of the seals, and it's only going to grow stronger as you come into greater awareness. But the time is coming when the full power of the seals will begin to manifest in ways that are more visible, more tangible. As the other 6 sealed ones awaken to their roles, the collective energy of the 7 will begin to work in perfect harmony. The energy will expand, creating a web of light that stretches across the globe. This energy will purify and heal, creating a ripple effect that will spread across the world. You will feel the power of this collective energy as it aligns with your own, amplifying your influence and your ability to heal. But there is one crucial aspect that you must remember as you walk this path: humility. It is easy to become overwhelmed by the responsibility you carry. It is easy to start believing that the power you wield is something to be controlled or manipulated for your own benefit. But the truth is, the power you hold is not yours alone. It is a divine gift, a sacred trust that has been placed upon you to serve a higher purpose. The moment you step into your power with humility and a sense of service, you align with the divine flow of the universe. When you act in service to the world around you, you become a conduit for the light and healing that the seals bring. Each of the 7 sealed souls plays a unique role in the global network, and your role is vital. You are not here to fight or to force your will upon the world. You are here to anchor the light, to heal, to purify, and to protect. You are a presence that will transform the world simply by existing within it. This is the nature of the seals. Their power is not in force or aggression, but in presence, in light, and in the healing energy that flows through you. As you begin to align more fully with your purpose, you will start to see the impact you have on the world around you. You will notice how the energy in your life shifts. You will encounter people who are drawn to you, seeking your presence, seeking your guidance without even fully understanding why. The seals will guide you to those who need your light the most, and you will find that you have the power to offer comfort, healing, and clarity to those who are lost or struggling. And it's not just about the people you encounter in your daily life. As the seals activate fully within you, the global impact will begin to be felt. You will start to notice shifts in the world around you. Areas that have been darkened by negativity or fear will begin to heal. The influence of the 7 of you will spread like a wave, purging the darkness and bringing balance to a world that has long been in turmoil. You will feel the power of the collective seals intensify as you and the other 6 sealed ones begin to resonate together. As your energy aligns with theirs, you will feel the global network activate. You will feel the immense power of the purification and protection that the seals bring. The 7 of you working in synchrony will become a force so powerful that it will shift the very fabric of the universe. The energy you carry, the light you share, will spread throughout the world, purifying and healing, protecting and guiding, and so, chosen one, your journey is just beginning. The seals are waking within you, and with them, your mission. You are part of a divine plan, one that stretches far beyond what you can see in this moment. The light you carry is not yours alone. It is a gift that will transform the world, and you are the vessel through which it flows. Step into your power with humility, with grace, and with the understanding that you are part of something far greater than yourself. You are not just a healer. You are not just a protector. You are a beacon of divine light in a world that desperately needs it. The time for your awakening is now. And as you fully step into your role, you will witness the transformative power of the seals both within you and around you as the global network of the 7 sealed ones begins to fulfill its divine purpose.